women and kids to live in. Millen and nobody else will ever drag it down again.
Now it's time for the halftime highlights. Graham?
Well, Hamilton enjoyed the better of the chances in the first half. Nice little ball here as John Kerr gains position against Patrick Diot. Breaks for the touchline, and watch this cross. Hard and low across the face of the goal. Jeff Unger gets to it first. Looks like a certain goal, but a great reflex save by Harrington denies the Hamilton Steelers striker. At the other end, it was the Supra who had a golden opportunity. Nice high ball is nodded back by Flores to Grant Needham. The young striker tees it up, takes his time, and just grazes Perry's near post as Perry gropes for it. From another angle, beautiful ball knocked back by Flores. Grant Needham hits it left foot, scrapes the post as Perry says, "Thank you very much, I'm glad it went wide."
And it remains scoreless as the teams make their way back to the field now for the second half of this quarterfinal game in the Canadian Soccer League. And the Supra will be heading right into the teeth of the wind as you take a look at Alex Bunbury. Updating the final statistics in the CSL after 28 games. Well, Dominic Mobilio ran away with the goal-scoring lead, 25. Eddie DeBerdusco had an outstanding season for North York. What a wonderful year John Birdie had with the struggling Fury as he found the goal-scoring touch with 12. And then you see Jeff Onger, Marek Grabowski with 10, Ted Eck, Dale Mitchell with 10 apiece for Toronto. Of course, Vancouver and Toronto are on the sidelines now, having gained first-round byes, finishing first and second during the regular season. Jeff Onger, question, of course, about his ankle. Would it hold up? Graham, absolutely no problem.
May not be a problem for us watching it. He may be going through a little bit of pain, but he's certainly not showing it. Very sharp, getting into goal-scoring positions and challenging well. Unfortunately for Hamilton, the chances that have occurred have come mainly to Jason Gibbons, and the youngster really has shown his inexperience at times.
And now, of course, it'll be interesting to see what the Supra do, specifically Pat Harrington. He maybe got an idea there. He threw it to midfield and didn't kick it because, as we say, they will be going right into what is now a very stiff breeze here at Brian Timmis. Oh my, Otmane Breer brought down by Steve Morris. No call over the head of Alex Bunbury as Sarani made the cross. And the Supra looking for some kind of call there from Mr. Molino on Steve Morris, but they didn't get it.
They were also looking for a goal from Alex Bunbury, but that cross by Sarani was just a little bit too high. Hard and low, and Bunbury would have just side-footed it in.
Doliscat. Koutsukos. Morris. Ibrier. Grant Needham. And the cross for Bunbury, taken easily by Perry. Nachita will bring it through midfield. Goes wide right, Davor Ceppo. Needham to Mark Kibb. Ceppo for Lucio Ianiero. Gets the shoulder from DeSantis. Pierre Mindrew, a winner in his first game, returning as head coach of the Supra. Replaced Paolo Ferrante to start these playoffs, as the Supra have gone through 3 coaches, including Eddie Fermani to start the season, Paolo Ferrante and now Pierre Mindrew. Ibrier. And back to Harrington. And while Mindrew sits on the bench, the Steeler coach plays as well, Jerry Gray, who will head back to his winter home of Tacoma soon after this CSL season is finished for him. Of course, he hopes that it continues beyond today, but his Steelers must win in regulation to have any chance. Handball not called. This is DeSantis. Will he lay it back? He does. Oh, he laid it back to Bunbury, and clearing it, the Steelers give away the corner.
Good covering by Paul Fennick, who'd been caught out of position, but managed to get back in time to cut out that ball that was aimed for Alex Bunbury.
And it'll be keeper's ball. Steve Morris, the rookie from Burlington, Ontario, the 23-year-old All-American out of Syracuse University. That's another thing that the CSL has provided. You know, you talk about the employment for local players, but you look at the number of players that are on scholarships in U.S. universities, Graham, and with the U.S. Pro League having difficulty even getting off the ground, we understand again the latest attempt has failed before it even got started. Well, that's what the CSL provides, something for a place for Morris to play. Needham to Ibrier. That doesn't work, and this is Morris with his touch. You have to wonder if the U.S. are ever going to get that Pro League going, because it was supposedly a prerequisite for them being awarded the World Cup.
Well, I hope they do, because certainly they can use it. And as you said, there's lots of good college players need a league to play in. We've provided a league for our youngsters to play in, and I think they could use it south of the border too.
Aliaga to midfield for Montreal. We've played 5 minutes, first half, still scoreless. Now it's Bunbury. Needham makes the run. Bunbury, if he can get it across. Bunbury, and he misses the near post as he saw the opening, and he says, look, I tried to cut it in for you, but I just couldn't.
I don't think he was any intentions of giving it to Needham. He was going to knock it in at the near post. Watch it bobble just as he hits it. There, it bobbles, and it didn't even come close. He had no intentions of cutting that ball across, but Dino Perry sort of made his mind up for him because he had cut out the angle. Not a very good effort by Alex Bunbury, who showed there that once he gets behind people, he's tough to stop, but of course, you still have to put the ball in the net before it counts.
We saw in the first half when Montreal had the wind at their back, Pat Harrington was really out kicking his forwards. Not this time, though, by Perry.
And Montreal really are in a very good position. They only need a tie. It's up to Hamilton to take the initiative and try and get that winning goal. Montreal quite satisfied with a 0-0 score.
Needham tries to sneak through, but Fennick with one last little tug maybe held him up a bit.
Well, Fennick and Nochita left that ball to each other, and you really can't do that when Grant Needham is lurking around. Wow. Solid tackle by DeSantis. Looked like a good one from here, too. But once again, if you come in from behind, you're going to get the whistle.
Jerry Gray quickly. This is Ianiero. Oh, my. Off the line. Still loose. Yes! Finally.
Jason Gibbons.
Jason Gibbons was there. Steve Morris was there. It doesn't matter. It's 1-0 Hamilton.
And the Montreal Supra caught ball watching as the Hamilton Steelers get through on the right wing with Lucio Ianiero. Dulascat clears it. It's knocked back in by Morris, And there is Jason Gibbons. Johnny on the spot to knock it in. Good run by Iniero. Good clearance by Dolascat. Morris hits it. Nice little flick by Jason Gibbons, and he may have shown his inexperience up till now, but he was there on the spot, as we said, to nod that one in, and it's 1-0 for Hamilton, and that good position that Montreal were in is suddenly reversed.
Jason Gibbons, who had 3 goals during the regular season, gets his first of the playoffs at 52 minutes to give Hamilton a 1-0 lead. One of the 6 players acquired by the Steelers in the trade that sent Justin Fashanu to the Blizzard, Jason Gibbons. John Kerr trying to turn. He does! Oh, the opportunity was right there, and Jeff Onger just snuck it outside the near post.
Oh, and he knows he should have done better. You don't get many better opportunities than that, and Jeff knows it. Beautiful play by Johnny Kerr, clipped to the far post, wide open net, tries to be too fine and just grazes the outside of the post.
At midfield, Videla for Iniero. This is Jerry Gray. Must win for the Steelers, and they have their lead 1-0 now. Onger, top of the box. Onger tries it. Oh, and there's Harrington again. And suddenly the Steelers have found all kinds of life.
Nice try by Onger. Good save by Harrington. Stretches right across to the far post and just gets his fingertips on it.
Onger offside. John Kerr right through the middle of the park found the gap between Diot and Koutsoukas, but the offside flag by Mr. Ian Harris on that far side prevented him going in all alone.
What a difference a goal makes. Everybody now in this Hamilton side want the ball. Kerr made a great run there. Beautiful ball by Jeff Onger.
Jason Gibbons. This is John Kerr.
Oh,
you know who on the right wing.
Didn't give the shout though, and there's no way that Johnny Kerr had eyes on the back of his head. Videa made a great run. Had he called for the ball, he was clean through. Johnny Kerr saw the player wide on the left, but couldn't get it to him. Offside decision nevertheless. Ooh. Ooh.
Bunbury nearly snuck away, and only a quick foot by Nachita kept him from going in. Dino Perry will roll it to the left now for Davor Chepo. Chepo has Gray and Onger in the middle. Steve Morris is on the left. He'll go into the middle for Gray. Ahead for Gibbons. Koutsoukas cuts it off for Montreal. Jerry Gray at midfield. Spots Paul Fennick. Now the through ball for Iniero, and over his head. Flores. The Costa Rican and the Argentinian battle on that far sideline, and it'll be a throw in for Montreal. Fennick keeps it in play for Hamilton. Onger at midfield. Nachita. Grant Needham intercepts Davor Chepo's cross. Needham skips it one time, and Dino Perry played him well. Videla gets it across, but Koutsoukas sweeping up, played him well. DeSantis. Koutsoukas down the right wing. Bunbury, Flores. Oh, Bunbury and Flores got all crossed up. They didn't know which way to go, and by the time he finally figured it out, it was too late. Too many shirts back. Nachita, Jerry Gray, Nachita. John Kerr makes a run on the right. Gibbons lays it back. This is Videla. Videla, chip shot wide to the near post. It's 1-0 Hamilton. The Steelers have come to life. They must win the Molson CSL playoffs on TSN. In Timmins Stadium, Vic Roeder, Graham Leggett, the Molson CSL playoffs on TSN. The Steelers leading 1-0 on the goal by Jason Gibson to open this second half of play. DeSantis, Frank Aliaga, Needham, Bunbury, all head for the top of the box. Aliaga plays it back. Flores, Aliaga. DeSantis from the edge of the area. Videla over to Markim, looking for Bunbury over his head, and Steve Morris will head it away. Morris in to put pressure on Sarane for Otmane Brier. Gets away from the sliding tackle, and then this time Mr. Luigi Molino will reach into his pocket and pull out the yellow card against Steve Morris.
And the Montreal Supra are desperate to bring on the substitute Cameron Walker.
Now, who do you think he'll replace?
Well, I think they might replace Alex Bunbury. He doesn't look fit. No question about this tackle by Morris being a foul, and a little late. Luigi Molino put him in the black book with a yellow card.
Tasakatsukas curls it, headed away by Tony Nachita. Videa onside. John Kerr, it's a 1-on-2 as Diot is over to mark him very quickly. Now he lays it back for Onger.
Oh my goodness.
And then Dolascat with the tackle, and then Onger over top of him.
Well, that was an identical tackle to the one that just got Steve Morris booked. And I think this lack of consistency is what makes the players annoyed. Look at the foot come up. There was no way he went for that ball. Rudy Dolascat showed the 6 studs and took them all the way down Jeff Unger's leg. And yet he didn't even get a free kick given. A little bit inconsistent, I would say.
Jason Gibbons on the cross by Lucio Ianiero got up this time. What you wanted him to do before, he did. Over this time, it was over the bar.
Well, if the youngsters' timing were a little better, he could have 3 headers already in this game. He has 1. He's missed 3 that could well have found the net as well. Could have been quite a game for young Jason Gibbons. 4 goals, all with headers, but he's really not been close on the other 3. But he's young. Timing comes with experience. You're not born with timing, you're born with talent.
Oh, nice through ball for Aliaga. He just couldn't control, and then Ianiero was there and played it back for Dino Perry. Nachita. And waiting on the sideline still is Cameron Walker for the opportunity to get into the game for Montreal.
Well, I would bring him on now because the last 2 games we've televised, whenever Cameron Walker's come on, his speed has caused the opposition defense quite a few problems.
And trying to stay loose on the sidelines, waiting for the word from his head coach, Pierre Mindru. Over the head of Bunbury, this is Otmane Brier. Needham heads wide left. Aliaga moves up as well. They have Needham, but coming over well was Davor Chepo. And no sooner did the ball get to Needham than Davor Chepo was right there. Jason Gibbons a little too far for the Steeler forward, and Harrington will try and settle things down.
Not a bad ball by Davor Chepo, though. He saw Jason Gibbons break to the left. Pretty tough to hit that ball 60 yards diagonally, but good effort.
Again, we tell you it is must win for the